Hey riders, good morning. Saturday morning, Echelon Racing League. Let me just get things figured out here, folks. I see what I need to do. We need to do that. There we go, folks. Colin here over at Inside Cycling World, Echelon, Community Men, Category B. Time to go off, folks. Let's see what we got for time here. We're going to jump right in. Been really busy this morning, folks. Looks like we only got 4.5 minutes to go, folks. What I'm going to do quickly is, let's take a look at this. We're just going to bounce over here for a second and take a look at the standings. So we're going to focus again on men's B. I noticed there were some changes in the ladies' B and C. I think they've been combined with the elites. That's not my territory, so can't touch that stuff, guys. So men's B, we've got Big Joe Bisson out of Quebec, Montreal. Is he Quebec City? Anyways, 2 wins out of 3 so far. Won the Culture Ride, second place in Alcatraz, I believe, and then, well, maybe he was further back at Alcatraz. I can see that. I think second place is 190 points. But yeah, 35-point gap back to Jose Oviedo. Jose, great to see you. Then we got Joe Meyer in third. Awesome stuff. Martin Coffey, Dave at large, Garge. Thanks for jumping into the live stream chat there, Dave. Really appreciate it. Austin's in the mix too, 6th place. Albert Chan. Hey, Albert. I don't know where I know you from. Albert reached out to me last night. Obviously, he caught the video at some time through the week. I've just seen his name a lot. Maybe it's on a different platform. I'll just leave it there. But thanks for reaching out, Albert. I'll get back to you here today. 8th place, Marvin Orlando Angarita Rejas. Scott Cunningham in 9th. Joseph Paulson, Jolton Joe, if you know him as well as I do. Jolton Joe Paulson in 10th place. He's going to be going for nationals this year, I think. In his age category, David Young. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do, we're just going to jump back just to make sure we're in the pipe here. As we say around here, in the pipe, 5x5. Quote that movie for me, and you get no prize. Been super busy this morning, riders. Super busy. Yeah, lots of stuff going on here at home. Let's get this loaded. So we're doing Coffee Trail today. 27.8 kilometers. Not a ton of climbing, but there's some wicked little bumps. That's all I can tell you about it. If you've never done this yet, you should probably have done a route recon. I think this is the second ride I ever did on MyWhoosh way back when. Just over 2 minutes to go. You know my usual thing here, folks. Let's just check things out. Okay, stream's looking good. Dave Garge, here he is. David Large Garge. Hey, Dave. Joe Meyer. Joe, you're 3rd place overall, dude. You don't need luck. You got the talent. And then we got Kishu Dolmoan from Cat C. Hey, dude, how's it going, man? So what I'm going to do, Kishu, is we're going to cover Cat B. And then as soon as it's done, it all depends how the race flows out. If they all, let's say there's some huge gaps in Cat B at the back end, what I'll probably do is just jump to Cat C. I want to cover as many riders as possible. And obviously, it makes me feel bad when I jump away from a race to cover some other dudes, but it's kind of hard to cover everyone at once. Looks like we're down to about 1.5 minutes. Dave Garge, let's go, dude. Let's go. Dave, how's New York City this morning? I'm north of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, folks. West side of Canada. The cold is back. It's about minus 21 Celsius right now. It's about minus 5 Fahrenheit. I was just outside with the animals. We got some baby pigs. Farm talk. There's always farm talk on my YouTube streams. Did I just mention my podcast I'm going to be doing? Sorry. Oops. So yeah, there was a couple of pigs that needed a bit more warmth last night. So I had a couple little pigs living in the house last night, in the laundry room at the back. Had to get them back outside this morning. So a lot of work, folks. Lots of work. Just over 30 seconds to go. I'm seeing new names this week. So here's Dave. We've seen Dave. I think Kyle's a newcomer this week. Here's Esteban Polgarin. Yeah. This guy's actually, I think Esteban is a total hitter. And I think he joined us last week and just took a chill. Super J. Super J, I don't know if he's ever been called that in his lifetime, but that's what I call him, folks. So remember, Echelon Racing League. This is all to help benefit Project Echelon, supported by Wahoo, and don't forget your Tacx. I love me some Tacx. Here we go, folks. We're off. We're with Super J right now. Albert Chan's here as well. Jeremy Chakes, get it, dude, get it. Cy Bradley in the mix too. Cy Bradley in the mix, folks. Let me just check settings. Okay, folks, yeah, I know what I need to do. This is a daily affair for me. Let's put this, ooh, yeah, over here a little bit. How do we like that, folks? How do we like that? Mic is working good. Everything's recording. I stream everything and record everything at the same time. We got backups. We got backups over here, folks. In the mix. Let's just see if we can figure out how many. Oh, Jacques Rusenic. Dude, I think I tried to friend this guy on Facebook. See him around quite a bit. I think he's part of Sunday Race Club too. I believe so. Brian Hackman's back too. Last week we had the two Brians side by side. We had the Brian with the Y and the Brian with an I. Boys in motion. I've talked to one of these dudes. Here's Jonathan Bisson right now. First place overall. Just chilling at the back. Firmly ensconced in the draft bubble. It's just the greatest place to be, folks. Figure out your drafting. We got one rider just sitting off the front. So, yeah, this is an interesting route. So, ooh, yeah, nice, boys, nice. Looks like we've got, ooh, Marvin didn't get started. I think he might have had a disconnect. And Esteban Polgren just going super chill again. Jamie Furman, we've seen Jamie before. Dave, okay, so we got 25 in our front. Let's stick with those guys. I see this every race. Remember, guys, I cover a lot of community stuff too. Let's go through the OTR. Let's go through my community CV. We'll call it that. Started with OTR. I think I started with a Flaming Fast Tuesdays. Then I jumped to the Veteran Series on Fridays. Then I dove head first after a triple pike somersault into the Sunday/Monday Get Started Racing or Get Racing Series. Did those for about a month and a half. Christmas came. But before that, but wait, there's more. We can see someone off the front right now. Let's just kind of move up. It looks like there's a bit of a gap happening here, folks. We're going to bounce up. See, there's one off the front and a couple chasing now. A couple of guys are going to start bridging across, I believe. Eric Lehman, I'm pretty sure this is a new name this week, but jumping back to Patrick we saw last week. Jose here. So two are coming up, supported by a third in the form of Jason Mount. Daniel Neusbauer's there as well. Cy Bradley, right here in the middle. He's in this brownie-looking jersey with the, I would say kind of, what color is that? It's like an orangey brown on the sleeves. Nice-looking jersey. Everyone's back together, folks. These boys aren't going to let them get away this early. So let's hang out with Cy. We are hanging out with Cy. So before that Christmas break, I also did the Colombia series with Johan Moreno. That was a 4-stage series. Someone's off the front again. That might be just someone. Look at this, folks. Look who it is up there. I think he's playing with him right now. He's just playing with them. He might have just had some momentum and coasted through the group. Finds himself off the front. Sometimes that's what you got to realize in any of the platforms is figure out the draft, figure out the race dynamics, the group dynamics, so that you don't go squirting through all the way to the front. Find yourself off the front, drift back. I'm a pro at this. I'm either off the front by accident or I'm falling behind because of my ability. Jose's up here with Jonathan Bisson. Jeremy's here as well. We've got two Canadians right up here. Andrea Baldi, Eric Lehman. Ooh, Canadians well represented at the front here right now. Mark Villancourt as well. Yes, dude. Okay. Who was I talking to about this? Someone said his friend Mark V was going to be racing as well. And I just typed back to him and I said, oh, you mean Mark Villancourt? That dude? That dude. Yeah, I know him. I've seen him. Wow. Look at the Maple Leafs on that side there right now. They're all together. Leave me alone, phone. So yeah, we did the Colombia series with Johan, 4-stage series, awesome racing, folks. We just saw it grow every week. Now, community racing is really good. You got to get in the right race series. Focus on, my suggestions to you would be OTR at the moment. The Colombia series is not running at the moment, but that's not to say it's not going to come back. Right, Johan? Right? Yeah, we're coming back soon, folks. Sometime in the future, we will kick off another Colombia series, and I will proudly be there to support Johan do this. I've also been doing some stuff with NSA Golden Eagles, the Golden Boy himself. So Wednesdays and Thursdays, I was doing both those race series. Mondays, I was doing OTR. Tuesday, I was doing OTR. Friday, I was doing OTR. And other stuff at other times. So I'm all over the place, folks. Saturdays, obviously, was Echelon for a little while. There's been a lot of overlap. The big thing coming up this week, folks, let's have a little look here. Let's get back to race talk. RR25. We did have a group of 25. It's already getting smashed. Those little attacks, those little bumps, Joe going up to the front there, pushing hard, has pushed a few riders out the back. I think we got about 20 left in the front group. We got 20 left in the front group, folks. You can just see him going around the corner. Here's Jeff DeGuide. We've seen Jeff a lot. Once we get around this corner, you're going to see the front 20 in the distance. They're probably 200 meters up the road. You can see the pack right up there right now. Colin Rem. Okay, we've seen Colin once before. He spells it the right way. 1L. 1L, folks. That's how I spell it. And that's the correct way. Douglas Hackleton. So we've got Colin, Jeff DeGuide, and Randall Warren together. Dave is still at the front. Nice job, Dave. So we got 20 riders here. Dave sitting in the perfect spot here. Albert Chan. Jeremy Belcher. Joe. I think it's going to be chill for a while, guys. Now, what all I'm going to say is watch for the bridge crossings. The little ascents you're going to end up taking up, it's a total perfect attack point. That's where you guys need to be smashing it. And I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I know the style of riders here. We've all done a lot of... Look at Jeremy. Jeremy says, yeah, I'm not waiting around. Dave reacting very quick. Dave Garge here. Eric Lehman's in the mix too. Riders are keeping an eye on Jeremy before. He's done this once before. We had a huge break on the group. I think that was at the Alcatraz, Escape from Alcatraz video I did a while back. And he had a big gap on them. And then for some reason, he totally disconnected. So hopefully his internet holds up today. That's going to happen, folks. It's kind of like one of the wild card factors in racing online. Could be anything. It's just like, I guess, you know, when you have a disconnect online, obviously it's terrible. And obviously I probably swear and curse too and throw things around the room. Never done that. Honestly, I haven't. Think of it as a puncture. You just had a puncture. That's the best way we can kind of deal with that. It sucks when it happens, but it's gonna happen. It's just the nature of the internet, servers, your home Wi-Fi, your internet provider. I know a lot of times people like to blame the platform, whatever platform you race on. Sometimes it's your home Wi-Fi network. Sometimes it's your router having a fit and resetting. So just think of it as a puncture. So somehow Jeremy's just kind of walked away from the boys here. Got a 9-second gap over them now. Patrick's on the move. It's getting strung out now, folks. Look how long and stretchy the line's getting now. Let's get back to the cameras. Still haven't figured it out fully out, folks. Let's keep an eye on Patrick here. You can just see Jeremy up in the distance there. Let's have a little look back at Patrick here. He's stretching it out now too, folks. It will be all strung out behind us. Yes, take a look at this. They are going to come back. I wonder if we can see the second group behind us. I'm looking way down the road there. You can see my eyeballs, my beady eyeballs looking way down the road. I don't think we're going to see them at this point. Too much of a gap. Okay, let's have another look. Let's back to Super J here. I think I got the camera still rotating. Let's just leave it right there for now, folks. Leave it right there on Super J. Brian Hackman, Scott Cunningham. Love the dynamic camera, folks. Now, we had 20 boys still here. 19, I should say, because you can see Jeremy up front there. Is Jeremy going to try to pull a Super Joe off? 7-second lead now. So, Joe Bisson, as you remember, first race, he just walked the field. Just kind of turned. He just dialed it up and said, in his time trial brain, I know what I can hold. I know what I can do. It's up to them to react to me. And he just walked away. They're probably thinking there's no way he can hold that power that long, but he did. And through a reliable source, I found out that's his specialty, his time trials. So you know what you're up against, folks. 19 degrees with the wind chill in New York City. So it's cold in New York City. 19 degrees Fahrenheit. It's probably about, well, I guess minus 10 Celsius, something like that. Maybe. Jennifer Robinson in the mix. Here we go. Go, Canada, go. Yes, Jennifer. We're going to bounce back. So currently, just because Dave's here, and I love weather talk, I'm pretty good at bouncing back and forward, but with my brain focused on this right now, our weather here right now, I'm going to give you a little quick shout out here. Fahrenheit wise, okay, so we're like 1 degree Fahrenheit right now. That's air temperature, but the wind chill is just brutal right now. It's probably a 20 mile an hour wind out there on top of it. It's not fun, folks. It is not fun at all. So obviously I got the piggies in the barn. They all got brand new heat lamps yesterday. There's 2 litters of pigs. Pig talk, folks. Did you ever think that would happen here? The coolest thing last week was, who was it? Maybe was it Austin? I can't remember. Someone said, I never thought I'd hear a Hart Dynasty shout out during a cycling video. Yes, dude. Keith, Bruce, Brett, Owen, the Hart Dynasty, right there, folks. Right there. The Hart family. Stu Hart is the dad, the patriarch of the family. He basically had a wrestling dungeon. Actually, you know what? They live in a really strange place in Calgary too. Like, I don't think there's any other houses near them, and it's kind of surrounded by a park now. They've been there so long. I'm gonna look it up today. Maybe I'll show you an air photo of where it is. But basically, every big wrestler in the world, Andre the Giant, all those guys, they all came through Stampede Wrestling at some point. 2 weeks running in a row, we got wrestling talk, folks. And it all happens in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It was kind of like the feeding ground, the training grounds for all the guys that went on to WWF. That's where they were. They were all hanging out here way back in the day, and it was a weekly thing. Friday nights in Calgary, you would go down to the Stampede Corral, which was our original hockey arena, which probably only sat 3,500 people. When the Atlanta Flames NHL team came to Calgary to become the Calgary Flames, at first they played in that tiny arena, like 3,500, 4,000 people, whatever the number was. Just rinky-dink. Then we got the Saddle Dome. Weird thing is, here we are 40 years later, the Saddle Dome's getting blown up next year, which is really weird. I saw Bruce Springsteen early December. One of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. Look at this. Jeremy's pulled out to 12 seconds now. So it was at 9, came back to 7, now pushed out to 12. I want to see what's going on in our group. I think they're all still together here. Jason Mount, Super J, Dave Garge, Cy Bradley, Jeremy Belcher, Joe Maya. Yeah, Joe, get in there, dude. Joe's 3rd overall in the series right now. Yep, they're pushing now, folks. Attacks off the front. Attacks off the front. Just a 4% grade. It's going to hurt, folks. It's going to hurt. They're all out of the saddle, digging in. 500 watts here, 7.5 watts a kilo. Love this stuff. Love this stuff. Here's Cy. We're currently just under 10 kilometers in. Cy working nicely here. Cy, I watch all the podcasts. I listen to them, and now I started watching them. I thought maybe I'll get some more out of it, so I like both formats. Lots of good info on MyWhoosh there. Latest episode, I think Zach Neer's in it. That would have came. I think they always release on Fridays too. Kind of all over the place, guys. I take in everything cycling I can, everything. Podcast, you name it. I'm all over. I'm kind of behind right now. I found that I kind of got a bit overloaded with the streaming and riding, and then the MyWhoosh 300. I did it. Where's my gems? I need gems. Actually, what I need is Seasons Pass 2 to drop so I can make a video about it for MyWhoosh. Let's go, boys. Let's go. I want the Primo Seasons Pass. I don't want the free one. I want the Primo one. Let's do it. And then what I want to see is later on down the road, say Valentine's Day, Easter, whatever holiday you want to think of, more cosmetics. Guys, just go play Call of Duty for a while. Go play Call of Duty Modern Warfare and jump into the Battle Pass and see everything they're going to give you. There's also, they have free stuff going on all the time. Like I jumped on and played it a little bit over Christmas, and it was like, oh yeah, kill so many dudes, you get this special Santa Claus helm. Get so many points, you get this, you get that. Just cosmetics to make yourself stand out a little bit more. Here's a good idea too. We should have Colin cards. So, say for example here, let's take a look at Jeremy. Everyone has the same look. So I click on his name. Oh yeah, yellow jersey. I click on his name, it's blue. Blue. Yeah, okay. So, some of the world's biggest entertainment franchise, what they do, that's all customizable. Not hard to do. We're not talking about animations. We're not talking about doing a lot of coding graphics wise. It's just a skin that's going to sit over top of Jeremy's name. Could be anything. Could be Santa Claus with some reindeer. It could be a Cupid at Valentine's Day. Whatever. There's so many different ideas and opportunities there. Let's go, folks. You want more ideas? Right here. It's all here, folks. It's all about the community. I've said that in so many videos. All about the community. The community is what supports this whole thing. And I'm not talking just MyWhoosh. I'm talking all of the platforms. Let's jump into the chat, see what's going on. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to just do a little spinorama here. Let's spin around so we can see the gap. Back down to 6 seconds. These guys are coming back. Has Jeremy gone way too early? What does Jeremy have left? Hopefully when he comes back, he can just sit in, catch his breath, get ready for another attack. So there they are, folks. Here come the hunters. The wolves are coming. Okay, Jeremy, do your thing, man. Do your thing. Let's jump back to Martin Coffee here. So they're just letting him dangle out front for now. Is this one of those cases where they're just going to let him sizzle out front? So long ways to go. Wow. We're still 15 kilometers out, pushing big power here. Hey, Mike's here from the Hand Grenade Division. Guys, check out Mike's YouTube channel. Mike, your channel's awesome, dude. I love it. Minus 18 Celsius in the car this morning. That's 0 Fahrenheit. Going for his McDonald's run. Mike wants to know how many pigs do I have. Mike, how dare you spell my name wrong? How dare you? You know how to spell my name. There's 3 adult pigs and 8 baby pigs right now. So it's highly fascinating stuff. So Mike's got a hitter of a channel, folks. It's called the Hand Grenade Division here. World War II history stuff. Really cool. Mike, some of your videos, that one, millions of views. Millions of views. He's a YouTube champion. YouTube legend. Here we go. Jumping back in, Mike. Pick me up a bacon and what does McDonald's serve for breakfast? What do they call theirs? They have the BLT bagel, don't they? Or is that Tim Hortons? Mike, I'd be going to Tim's myself for the double-double, 20-pack of Timbits, probably 2 hash browns. That's what I'd be rolling with. We talk a lot of Tim Hortons on here. Okay, I'm back in, folks. Jeremy still out front. 6-second gap back to the crew here. Let's see. Has everyone managed to hold on here? I think they have. I need a quieter mouse. I've heard myself. Mark fell out. So Mark is totally solo now. Joe just sitting on the back. I think Joe's got some big plans today. Big plans today here for Joe Meyer. So Mark's just fallen out, and now he's in total no man's land here. He's over a minute ahead of Colin, Jeff, and Randall. Those 3 are still together. Backing up to Douglas Hackleton. Not far behind those 3. In fact, I just saw them disappear off into the distance. Actually, I can still see them. That is really, really good drawing, guys. Really, I can actually see them going around the bend. It's just pixeling, but it's there. Some system platforms, they just vanish. So, really good. So, looks like at about 20 seconds, you can still see people. Jamie Furman's just a little further back. Actually, I bet you we can see Douglas when we get around this bend and we get behind this pole. Can we see him? This case, I can't. It's a little bit too far. Esteban Polgren just taking it easy. Marvin never got started. Okay, so Marvin had some issues getting started this morning. So here's Randall, Jeff, and Colin. Bouncing up to Mark Valancourt. Very French. I like it. I never would have thought there was an I in there, but that's just me. Sorry, guys. Western Canada, Albertan, you know, super English. But I love all my French friends. Jeremy Chakes, now back in the group. Jeremy's going to chill here for a while. Gave him a nice test. Did he beat them up? Are they hurting? So yeah, we should be back to 19 riders in total now. Halfway through, folks. Actually, just over halfway. McMuffins. That's right. That's right. The McMuffin. Johan's cheering on Jose Oviedo. Jose is second overall in men's Cat B. So Mike's going to go pick up about 3 to 4 McMuffins, large coffee. He's more of a triple kind of guy. Maybe get some McDonald's donuts. They sell that there now too. Go home and just do his thing. Military stuff. Okay, back to the racing. Back to the racing, folks. So yeah, it's kind of gruesome here in Calgary. Not brutally cold though. So yeah, it's just the wind right now. So you know what I'm saying. Americans, 0 Fahrenheit, throw a wind on top. It's cold. That's what it's like here right now. So we're right around 0 Fahrenheit. I'm a little bit colder because I'm out in the country. Just watch this pack. Someone's going off the front. What's going on there? Who's heading out on a little solo attack? Austin, dude. He's hitting these bumps, folks. Here's the bridges I was talking about. This is what you got to be aware of. They're all going to be 6.5 to 7% bumps, and there's even some tougher ones coming. Perfect attack points. You'll open up a second or two really quick. Does Austin have it to stay away, though? He might be just putting a little dig in because he's thinking, I don't want to go to the finish line with 19 other riders, 18 other riders. There's 19 in this bunch. So these bumps might throw a couple riders out the back. And you're going to see there's just going to be 20, 30 seconds in between, and then there's another one. And then there's another. But wait, there's more. So I think everyone did okay there. Did everyone survive that? Everyone survived that. Mark's still chilling out by himself. Mark will probably be riding solo all the way to the finish today. So Sai's doing. Sai's sitting on the back. I mean, guys, this group's moving along really good. Sai's sitting at the back in the draft doing, 2.5 to 3 watts per kilo. Front end's probably doing 3.5 to 4. 3.8, 4.3 at the very front here. Here's another bump. These things are serious. These little 7% kicks. Sharp, sudden. After a while, you can't react. So we're over this one. Everyone's here. Austin, Andrea just getting back in nice and safe. Good stuff. Take another breather. There's another one coming. Ooh, Jeremy. Just saw Jeremy float back a little bit there. Okay, he is in the draft. And Daniel here is sitting over to the side by himself. Yep, get back in there. Nice. You're in the draft. Good stuff. In the draft. Another bump coming right away. Let's just check out our chat. Okay, everything's still good. Mike's probably on his way to get his McMuffins now. Mike lives in southern Calgary. I haven't been there forever, Mike. We got to get together one of these days. It's all my fault. You know how it is. I get obsessed about things, and that's all I think about. Mike, I think I should do some audio narration for your videos. Look at this bump here. Ooh, juicy. These bridges are never ending, it seems like. These guys are probably hating this. 6-7 watts per kilo here. Sai right at the front there. Great job, Sai. I know, listen to Sai on the podcast, him and Matt, talking about they're both getting back in. Matt's been doing some racing. Sai's back in. You really got to be focused. Jeremy off the front again. Now, did he just roll over the top and say good enough? Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. Scott Cunningham. Daniel. We're just going to scroll back through here. Here's our 18th and our 19th rider. Wow. Everyone is holding strong today, folks. but we got more bumps. Yeah. I think we did this one a while ago too. I forget which race series it was. Might have been the Colombia series. And yeah, everyone was like, enough of the bridges already, because it was just attack after attack after attack. All coming back together now, folks. Check out the scenery on the side of the roads. Animals walking around. Birds flying through the air. The signs on the road. A lot of stuff going on here, folks. Running MyWhoosh HD. If you can't... Ooh, look at this one here. I'm expecting something big here. Jose sitting at the front. Second overall, folks. There's going to be some damage soon. I can't imagine that all of these guys are going to hang all the way. But they are. Yeah, they're all hanging. They've all survived these 4 or 5 bumps in a row. And we've got another one still to come after this. So let's see what they got left in the legs. Kyle Fry here again. I think Kyle's brand new this week. I believe so. If I'm wrong, Kyle, I apologize. Where's Albert? Albert Chan. Where did Albert go? Here he is. Here's Albert Chan. Let's hang out with him for a little bit. So yeah, Albert messaged me last night. Said he does a lot of esports stuff. Grand Fondos. I think he's out in my part of the world. I think he's in British Columbia more. I just remember seeing Albert Chan's name somewhere on a parading platform. Maybe we've just bumped into each other on a platform. I've never been to any of those events, Albert. Thank you for reaching out to me. It's great learning more about the riders. Whatever you guys send me, I like to use in the races. A little bit of background about yourself, so send me some info, riders. Oh yeah, let's get some water in. Coffeeed out. I think I'm going to try to get out of the house today. We'll go for a little drive, get into town. Kind of snowbound out here right now on the acreage. Piggies are fine with the heat lamps. Yeah, here we go, folks. Here we go. Another bump coming. Another bump. How's everyone feeling? Dave Garge. Sitting at the back. Ooh, this is a big one here. Look at that bridge. Look at the water vapor. The vapor coming off the waterfalls. Guys, you're not going to see that on your phone. If you do, I'd be pretty impressed. Just 7%, so it's not a killer, but it's so sudden. And they just keep coming at you. So again, you guys have seen in other videos, I've talked about this. These routes are designed for racing. It's not, let's take a real world route and replicate it. They probably wouldn't have this many bridges in that short a time. Brian Hackman, Boys in Motion, Eric Lehman. Wow, Canadians really represented here today. Canadians, Americans, we got Colombia represented, the UK, Germany and Daniel Neubauer. Italian, Andrea. So probably only 4 or 5 nationalities here. Scott Cunningham going off the front here. Is this a real attack by Scott here? 6 watts per kilo plus. He's 8 kilometers out from the finish. What is Scott thinking here? Hard left-hand corner. Jonathan is going with him. Oh, this might be the perfect launch point for Jonathan here. He's used Scott. He's leapfrogged ahead of him. And he shuts it down. Not that 4 watts a kilo is shutting it down, but I think Jonathan said enough. He's countered Scott. Okay, guys, there's going to be some damage here. Damage here for sure. It's stretched out. Let's work our way back through the field. Jeremy, Eric, Kyle, Austin, Brian Hackman, Jason Mount, Albert. It's getting stretched here now. Ooh, 17, 18. Yeah, we got gaps. I think Jeremy's going to be off the back. Super J and Jeremy are gone. Okay, so Jeremy said enough. Enough, man. Enough of these hills. I'm done with that. Jeremy's going to catch a quick breather, recover, and move on by himself. Super J looks like he's got it in him still, but man, he's got to get up this hill. They are not slowing down for him. Daniel is just dangling now too. Daniel's dangling off the back here. He's going to have to get back in now. It's now or never, Daniel. Nice job. He's actually passing Jason, who's slipping out the back too. So Daniel has a chance here. But there's a big gap. Daniel's going to be able to bridge up to Andre here and Albert. I think those 3 will be back together. Here's Daniel jumping up with Albert and Andre. But now we got an 8-second gap up to Jose. So we've only got 13 left in our front group. So see that, folks? Hill. Okay. Bridge. 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 But the fifth one, boom, it just exploded. Just exploded on that one little bump there. And these aren't like we're doing big climbs. It's just the constant interval work. Up, smash, smash, chill, smash. There's going to be huge attrition. So these 13 are all coming back together. Great job, Austin. Martin Coffey here too. Brian Hackman, Jose Oviedo, Cy Bradley. Cy's doing really good today. I think Cy's doing really well today. Hanging well in that front group. Dave Garge. Dave doing really good. Probably the cold outside and the wind's blowing, helping him. Eric Lehman. Jeremy. Yeah, I expect Jeremy to be here. And I think he would have done a lot better on the Alcatraz AWOL course. Whatever problem he had, I never heard from anyone. But it looks like he just stopped pedaling. Patrick Caldwell and Jonathan Bisson. Is Jonathan going to go on another breakaway? Where would he do it, folks? Where would he do it? See, we got some chat action going on here. Yeah, Mike wants the Timbits. Brent Sensenig. How's that, Brent? Did I get it? Good morning, Colin. Disappointed I had to miss this one. Brent, yeah, sorry, dude. I got your message. Sometime, I think it was you and Albert both messaged me yesterday. I didn't respond to anyone. I think I was laying around on the couch. I'd probably been on Discord all day long. Guys, just in case you don't know, check out my Discord channel. It's Inside Cycling World. There's a link in this video. Jump in there. I cover everything there. So there's a general chat. There's other platforms you can chat about in there. There's a MyWhoosh chat that's super active. I'm in there all the time. Torsten, Johan Moreno's in there. A lot of my friends setting up rides. Guys, keep saying, it's all about the community. No community, no product. So, got to build a community. Let's build community racing and grow this thing. We're just going to grow it. Okay, so currently 11, 12, 13. We got 13 in the front group. 23 seconds back to Daniel, Albert, and Andre here. Super J riding solo. Oh, with Jason Mount. Jason Mount is right with him, just sitting off the back a little bit. Getting his draft, Jason. And Jeremy solo, Mark Valancourt solo. These three are still together. They've ridden all the way. Jeff DeGuy, Colin Rim, and Randall Warren. Jamie Furman riding solo. Douglas Hackleton, 25th. Actually, not that far behind Jamie. We're going to bounce back up. Get back into the lead pack, folks. That's where the action's going down today. Looks like we got some pushes on the front again. Just up over this little false flatty section. Guys, if you've never seen my videos, there's a lot of them. I think I have over 250 videos, summer live streams, racing coming out of the yin yang. Check them out, riders. You'll notice on the videos, though, everything's a false flat to me. 10% climb, false flat. It's just my running thing I do. Austin sitting at the front. Austin's being very attentive today to the action. Cy, I've only seen Cy race. Cy, I think Cy's done 3 of these. I think he's done 3 of the echelons. This is his best performance so far. He likes this type of course. Or otherwise he's done some superstar training and he's got himself into top condition right now. So Cy is hanging strong today. He's actually probably throwing up a lung right now as I'm saying that. Or he's cramping up. I never know what's going on with the cyclists. I don't have cameras on them, so I just kind of have to play it as I see it. Horses running down the side of the road, wild horses. Did you know that we have tons of wild horses here in Alberta? They just live out wild in the mountains. They actually get tracked. There's a Wild Horse Protection Society. A lot of people name them, go take pictures of them. These horses just live wild out there in the foothills. So I'm just basically at the edge of farmland and the start of the foothills. So you go from like very few trees to rolling to mountains. Those wild horses are out there living with the cougars, aka mountain lions, the grizzly bears, the brown bears, the black bears. We got it all here, folks. The wolves, and they just do their thing and they survive. They used to be a nuisance in the past. I never thought they were a nuisance. Just people would say that, Now they're all protected, I believe. So there's a big population out there just living wild in the woods. And really, it's not that far from here. Like within half an hour, I could be there. Okay, someone's putting an attack here. Who's going off here, folks? Someone's digging hard now. Jeremy again. Jeremy's going for it again, folks. What a champion here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's not waiting to the end. 3 kilometers out, Jeremy attacks at 8 watts a kilo, holding 6 still. Patrick going at, I think it was Patrick before that hunted him down. Obviously, Jonathan Besson is not going to mess around here either. Jeremy's just dangling off the front. The group's coming back. That was a tough attack. I think there might be some damage here too. Let's see. Everyone's there, folks. Everyone's still there. Yeah, we're also... So we still have our group of 13. Jeremy coming back into the group now. You can just see him coming back in. Oh, that's good stuff. Good stuff. Actually, Jeremy now sitting at the back. He's going to have to catch a breather here, recover before the final push to the finish. Again, I'm going to point out Cy here. Not to pick on him or anything, but yeah, he's doing awesome today. Great to see this, Dave Garge. And again, I'm really impressed with the turnout of, well, you know, okay, well, there's more Americans here than there is Canadians, but there's a lot of Canadians here for such a small country. Did you know that Canada has the same amount of people as California? Think about that for a while, folks. Just think about that. Patrick Caldwell. So he's going to try to capitalize on Jeremy's move earlier. When everyone finished counterattacking, Patrick's like, well, I'm going to give it a little shot now. See who's going to follow. Scott's going after him. Jeremy again on his game today. We're probably going to lose someone here. We're going to have to. These guys, how are they holding in there? Kyle Fry holding strong. Joe Meyer, Austin Urch, Jose, Cy Bradley. Again, great riding today. We're all still here, folks. We should have 13. Dave sitting at the back, waiting to pounce. Less than 2 clicks out, folks. Less than 2 clicks. Looking good here. Actually, I should look at my chat. No problem. Sounds good. Yeah, thanks, Brent. It's on now, full throttle to the end. Yeah, it's just going to be attack after attack now, Jennifer. Good call there. Who's sitting on the front now? Eric Lehman now. Guys, if you know Eric, drop some info in the chat for me. Everyone's putting digs in, these 5 and 6 watt per kilo digs. Everyone has to counter. If you can't counter, you're out the back. And we got another bump. False flatty here coming up, folks. Here goes Patrick again. Patrick's a savage today, folks. Patrick is all over, and Jeremy too. These two have got something to prove. These two, combativity award today for me probably. Jeremy. Patrick right there. Here they come, surging past them again. So yeah, we're only in that 2.5%, 3% stuff. Super false flatty. A nice gradient that you can push a lot of power against. Oh, here we go, folks. So this is our group that's chasing from behind. We still got our 13 in front. Jeremy finds himself sitting on the back now. Jeremy, come on, dude. Come on, get in there. Just get back in the draft. Hopefully no one goes nuts at the very front. Looks like Brian's struggling a little bit here. Come on, Brian. Brian and Jeremy, I'm willing you forward. Gaps opening. Look at this. Jeremy has to go again now. There's a little bit of a gap open back to Brian. Jeremy has to try to jump again. Finds himself in no man's land and said, yeah, I'm done. Trying to catch a breather here. So we've lost Brian and Jeremy out the back. Going to Jonathan here. There's a slight gap up front, folks. Jonathan, Cy, Joe, Patrick Caldwell, Dave Garge, Eric Lehman, Kyle Fry. But there's 3 riders up front. Jose, second place overall. Austin Urch and Scott Cunningham have a slight gap. Jonathan's going up now. Jonathan knows now it's getting serious, folks. We're heading into the finish now. We're only 300 meters out. Let's go, riders. Let's go. Jose pushing 10 at the front. Jose's got a gap, folks. Back to Scott Cunningham. Dave Garge. Awesome stuff. Dave is hunting him down, folks. Let's go. Let's go, Dave. Come on, Dave. Jose will be fighting for Jose takes first place, Dave second, Joe Meyer third. Looks like Austin might have got fourth there. We've already got riders across the line here, folks. Let me just let this settle down. Back to Patrick. We've got like 10, 11 riders done already, folks. 11 riders have already finished. Here comes Brian Hackman. Jeremy Chakes will get 13th place. So, riders. There's 10, 11 riders there together. Jose Montero Oviedo, first place. Dave Garguillo in second. Joe Meyer in third. Great job, Joe. Gets third. He's third overall. This is going to do really well for him. I think, going to see some possible changes at the front. I'm not sure. Scott Cunningham. So Austin got fourth. Awesome job, Austin. We're going to bounce back to Albert here. So we got a three-rider group coming in. Daniel, Albert, and Andre here. Who's going to get Ramy right away? So Jonathan got sixth there. Eric Lehman seventh. Patrick Caldwell 8th, Kyle Fry 9th, Cy Bradley 10th, Martin Coffey 11th. So we had 11 riders all finished within 2-3 seconds. Here we go, folks. Daniel's at the front pushing hard, 10 watts a kilo. Andre coming over him at 12 watts a kilo, riders. Let's get it. Albert's still pushing hard at 7. And there we go, folks. 15th place. Actually, 14th goes to Daniel. 15th to Andre. 16th to Albert. Who will be our next rider? I think it's Jason. Oh, Super J's coming in next, folks. 300 meters to go. For me, great job, everyone. Jeremy Chakes, Combativity Award. I want to see the red numbers on his jersey next ride. Patrick Caldwell will be right there as well. I just noticed those two spent a lot of time on the front, a lot of time attacking. Cy, great job here. So between first place and 11th place, which would be Martin Coffey, well, between first and 10th, there was only 4 seconds between it. And then we bounced back to Brian Hackman, who was Martin Coffey was 4 seconds behind them. And Brian Hackman was only 10 seconds behind that. So we had 12 riders finish within, what would that be, 18 seconds of each other? Very, very close. Super J's done in 17th place. Jason Mount will be getting 18th. And then we're going to bounce back to Jeremy Belcher. We'll be going for 19th. Mark Villancourt, 20th place. Colin Rem 21st. Guys, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm bouncing to my other boys in Cat C. Some of them have reached out to me. We'll see how this goes. See if I can get in there. No problems. Jumping back to the main menu. I find it sometimes it's a little bit hard for me to get into the events. Events. So I can't go there. Oh, maybe I can get it. So yeah, Cat C, let's go, boys. Let's go. So obviously, I think these guys are going to be just a smidge slower. So hopefully we got some racing still to catch here. Now, I would jump into the ladies too, but I think some of the ladies were jumped. I think the ladies Bs got jumped and bunched in with the elites. So here we go, riders. Awesome stuff. I'm so glad I did this. Apologize to the other guys, but these guys are racing hard too. So we got John Yaro Calderon, Nicholas Trujillo. Oh, I've seen this name before. Yes, Trujillo. We know that guy. Anyone know Rob Trujillo? Yeah, we do. Bassist, Metallica. Let's go. 500 meters out. Guillaume Laforest, Beau Theriault. That's a very French name. I got to imagine this guy here, Theriault, this guy here, Beau. Well, hard to say. Could be very eastern coast of the U.S., maybe up in that Maine area. Let me know if I'm right. Wow, we got a big group coming in here, riders. We got 5 riders coming to the finish together. Calderon at the front, 6.5 watts a kilo here. Getting a slight gap over Nicholas. We got Rudolph here, Bertrand. Ooh, Nicholas is coming up hard now. Base power engaged, folks. Nicholas will take first place. Calderon second. Ooh, LaForest got ahead of Calderon. 4th place, Bertrand. 5th place, Beau Theriault. Dominic Barnes coming in 6th. So good here, guys. I recognize Nicholas Trujillo's name. I did see that in the standings. Really cool meeting these other riders. So we've got 5 finished. Here's Beau, who I assume's got a French background. Dominic Barnes is just finished as well. 7th place will be Andrew Billing here. Pushing hard to the finish here. Look at this. Still over 350 watts. Andrew's got his placing locked in now. He's got away from Mitch Bauer here. Canadian. Everyone knows the name Bauer if you're into cycling in Canada. Could it be? Yeah, so Andrew's going to take 7th place. And Mitch Bauer. Okay, let me just take a look here. So we're still waiting for Andrew to finish. He's just finished. Check this out here. Willie Van Sevenant, though. So yeah, Andrew Billing got 7th. The Mitch Bauer will have gotten 8th. There it is. He just lit up now. You can just see it on the screen there. I got to make sure that I'm not covering things up. No, this looks good today, folks. Looks good. Hair, yeah, not bad, not bad. I had a headlight on all morning. I was drenched in sweat coming back in, even though it's like 0 Fahrenheit, worse than -5 Fahrenheit, -21 Celsius. My gear is too good. Got a lot of good gear, riders. Back to the race. Willie Van Sevenant. This guy lives just south of me. Messaged me through the week. I'm pretty sure Willie told me it was Okotoks again. That's my won nationals this year in his age category. I think Willie's not spring chicken, folks. Strong rider. He reminds me he's the kind of guy that's been riding his entire life. Here's Kishu. Kishu, dude, you're in the spotlight, dude. You messaged me in the chat. That's what I want riders to do. Message me in the chat. Message me on Facebook. Message me on Instagram. Whatever you want. Let me know something about you. So yeah, Willie did this year win national. I gotta assume it's road. I'm not really sure. In Alberta. I believe Willie is 68. So you know what you're up against, folks. Kishu and Willie coming here together. I'm not sure if we're going to see a huge sprint here. These two might just finish together nicely. Sometimes when you work with a guy for a long time, you're like, yeah, let's just cross the line. What's a millisecond apart from each other? Looks like Kishu's going to push just a little bit. Willie's like, yeah, okay, dude. We'll finish strong together. So that'll be our 9th and 10th place. Next, we got Andres Londano here, a Colombian rider, and David Morgan. Great stuff. Let's jump into the chat, see what's going on there. Okay. Yes, Jennifer, you said it. They did empty the tank. Some guy, Linux Master here. Not really a video game. It's just shown as a video game, but it's all real effort. Jennifer, yeah, that was a great race. Dave Garge, yeah, very close, Dave, very close. Joe here saying Lordy, I believe Joe got 3rd place. Brian Hackman here. Yes, this is Brian, B Hacks. Tough one. Glad I was close to the top. Yeah, great job. Joe saying Dave G. Dave Garguillo, congratulations. Thanks for the commentary. Yeah, you're welcome, dudes. Love it. Great racing, everyone, from Joe. It's a tough race to read. Dave Garge, thanks. I overgeared the sprint a bit, but definitely emptied the tank and got a Zert Gold breakthrough there, so I feel like I couldn't have done anything more. Yeah, great job, Dave. Now you can just hang out for the day. Don't go out in the cold. I'm going out, though. I got to get off the property this weekend. Gonna bounce back. Let's watch how far are we out. I'm gonna hang out with these two guys to the finish. That's how I do it. So we got Andres here. I'll get to know some new people, and Dave Morgan. Looks like Andre's trying to ditch Dave Morgan right now. We do have one other rider left out there, Dominic Rossetto. Let's say hi to Dominic. But it looks like he's a good 5 kilometers back, so he's just riding more at a chill pace today. Maybe just jumping into the events, participating. Maybe on a training program we don't know about. So I always say that to people. Oh, Andre's here. It's all about just joining the events. You know, just because these guys are racing at 4 doesn't mean you have to. You can use these race series as training events. Probably nothing better than racing to up your fitness. You're always going to work a little bit harder than what you planned riding solo in your 10x10 cube of suffering and despair. The occasional happy moments that I have in here. I'm in the 10x10 cube right now, folks. It's literally 10x10 by not 10. Close enough. Gets a new name every weekend. Dave Morgan here. So yeah, you can see Andres is just taken off at the road. The finish line here, it's slightly different from the last time I raced it. It's the blue banner you're seeing right here at the top. The Echelon Racing League banner here with Tacx, Wahoo, sorry folks. You can see the Echelon Racing League banner right here. So Andres is going to finish in 11th place and David Morgan 12th. That leaves Dominic Rossetto to finish 13th. We are going to jump to Dominic when we cross the finish line. So here's David Morgan finishing. 11th place for Andres. David Morgan will get 12th. Here it is. You can see it right here. Let's jump back to Dominic. Let's see if we get any pop in here. See? Pop in. Now, I get that a lot. Again, you guys have heard me say it. Whenever you jump a long distance on the race course, for some reason it does that. And again, he's like 5 kilometers back. So Dominic here, great job, dude. You're going to finish no problem. Score those points. Get on the leaderboard. Get on the leaderboard. Jumping back to the chat. Anyways, folks, that was stage 4 of the Echelon Racing League. Got another stage next weekend. We got more coming. So make sure you come back next weekend. My name's Colin. This is Inside Cycling World. If you would consider becoming a member of the channel, that'd be great. Trying to keep this baby moving forward. Do more race coverage. I'm sure a lot of you here are probably taking part in the Tour de Monde. That's with OTR virtual events. I'll be doing race coverage for that. Some of you are probably already taking part in the time trials. So if you're a team, from the 1st to I think the 6th was the team time trial period. I think a good chunk of them are done, but there's still some teams racing. They all had their own time slot based on their schedule that MyWhoosh set up for them specifically. Stage 1, I believe, I'll check today. I think it's Jan 7th. I think it's this Tuesday coming up. That's going to be the individual time trial for the Tour de Monde that everyone has to do. The team time trial was just for the teams. So you can race it as a team and get team points. You're also racing as an individual. You can race it just as an individual against all those dudes too. And ladies. Remember, dudes is everyone. So riders, if you want to see some race coverage, come on back. Like the videos, please. Subscribe. Even better, become a member. Help a bro out. Help a bro out. Guys, I do this all out of my own pocket. I don't have sponsors. It's a struggle. I don't want a part-time job. Because if I get a part-time job, this channel goes straight downhole. It'll just be toilet bowl, down the ski slope, going to the bottom, or just spiraling in the toilet bowl, flushing downwards. Anyways, riders, thanks for joining me today. Again, Colin, Inside Cycling World. Send me a message. See you all real soon.